Hello, guys. Welcome back to TED Talks. Today we have a very different podcast than normal. This kind of like the cheat episode where we just
It's
talk to
sweet
our
episode,
friends.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Hope
be
you
talking.
enjoy.
We're gonna be talking to one of our friends, Iraj. Ali knows her from way back from school, and I met her in college. So it was a very fun conversation and enjoy. Okay. So
Okay.
Iraj, we both know about your photography page, Portraits by Iraj. But would you like to tell our viewers more about this?
Sure. Okay. So I run a photography page. I've been running it since I was 14. And it started off with just portraits of my friends and my family and everybody. But then slowly, like 1 or 2 years into it, people I
I
started
like it.
venturing out more. Yeah. And then I also got into product photography and then landscapes. I basically was testing everything. And and then now I feel like I'm in more. I mean, obviously, I've still always done portraits, but now I'm transforming more into videos. I feel like and
Yeah,
film, just generally.
I've
Yeah,
seen your things. They're more like videos and like aesthetic
yeah.
their lives, and they're so aesthetic. Honestly,
Thank
they're
you.
very very nice to watch.
I feel like L'Oreal has only been following like obviously because she's known you for like a year, so she's only been
Yeah.
following you this. But I've been seeing you for like 4 years. So like, what I don't get is how you're so consistent with it, and I want you to talk about like
Man,
managing it with everything else. Like I remember this like in like back in like grade 10, 11, you would post every single weekend, like every other
yeah,
weekend or something, and there would be a post there. I feel like
yeah,
that's
yeah,
something
yeah.
we struggle with. So like,
I get that. But honestly, I feel like that's the one thing I've never considered this to be like a job. It's never been, okay, I have to take pictures this day and then post them. It's never been like that. Like in my mind, I'd always had to if this feels like a job to me and it's something that I have to do, I just won't do it.
Yeah.
Right. So I do it when I'm in the mood because there's supposed to be like my downtime. There's supposed to be times where I'm chilling. So I don't want to like force myself to do something. So, and when you don't force yourself to do something and you actually like that thing, it comes to you naturally. Like, you'll see some other photographers' good work and then you're going to be like really inspired and motivated to do your own. So I just do it randomly whenever I want to. And I like doing it. So that's why I think I do it more frequently.
Acha. And also you said na ke you do like portraits and then landscapes and then videos, product pictures and stuff like that. What's your favorite
Yeah.
part of them all? Like what do you enjoy the most?
Oh, portraits, 100%.
Portraits.
Easy.
Bro,
Easy.
Your Halloween portraits recently, I even told you, bro, they were so
Yeah.
so so
Like,
good, so good. Also, what are the main editing apps that you use like for?
ooh, okay. I love that question. So my favorite one is Lightroom. I can go on and on about this app. It is
Please do.
literally perfect. It's free. First of all, you do not have to pay for this.
Huh?
Okay. And yeah, it's free. And it's a very it's professional photographer wala software and it's so good. The color grading you can do in this, it's basically like unlimited amount of work that you want to do. You can do anything. Okay.
Oh,
I just love it so much. And for videos, I use DaVinci Resolve. This used to be free, but just recently they made it paid, so it's a bit painful.
hmm.
But it's really, really nice. I'm willing to pay for that. It's so good. Like the color grades that you can do in that software, incredible.
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
downloaded Lightroom because I thought, is it part of the Adobe thing like Photoshop and all of that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Adobe is paid, so I was like, oh no, Lightroom will be paid, no point
Yeah.
downloading it. So I never went and checked, but it's free and and like your
Yeah.
pictures are amazing. Like the people who use Lightroom, amazing. So I was like, wow,
Yeah. I
good thing.
love Lightroom. It's so good. Yeah. In the middle, I also had a phase of using Prequel a lot, but those are like pre-done filters, and Prequel was really
Oh,
new back then, and it was really creative. Like they had a lot of like how you edit stuff into pictures. It was really cool. And there's a lot of pictures that I used to edit from Prequel, Pele, but now I just on Lightroom.
wasn't
That's it.
Prequel the one that also had you on their page or something like that?
Yeah, they interviewed me once. That was fun.
what? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, Prequel
Clara, we're
interviewed
not the
me.
coolest people to interview her.
Acha, Iris, tell more about that. Prequel interviewed you?
Yeah, basically, every time I used to use one of their filters or something, I used to tag them. And
Acha.
then eventually they started noticing the amount of tags they'd start getting from me. So then they messaged me and they're like, like we're interviewing a couple of photographers about what like what changes we can make in our app or whatever. And then I had my interview with them. That was really fun. Like it was a bit interesting. It was like it was this woman, and it was really funny. I don't know if I should say this, but she had a really thick accent. So I could not understand a single word she was saying half of the time. It was so bad. I like kept on having to go, huh?
Oh, wow, man, that's so cool.
I can relate to that because recently I called SAT for something, and the woman had such a thick accent that I literally had to be like, "Bro, can you repeat yourself like 100 times?"
Same, like even I called SAT, like I was canceling one of my thing and it was a guy. Okay, and I thought he was Indian, he was Malaysian or something, and he was like, "What is your special code?" I was like, "What?" And then he was like, "Special code." And then I was like, give me 10 minutes. Samajh hi nahi aa raha tha what he's saying. I was like, you know what? I'll just send you. Can I have your WhatsApp number? Can I just send you a thing? He's like, special code. And फिर नजर I was like, oh, okay, got you.
हाँ, अब हमारे साथ इतना ज़्यादा भी नहीं था, we're not as special as you, Lauren.
Maybe I just like to over exaggerate things. You never know.
As you
Yeah.
should.
Acha, okay.
Actually, on a more serious note, photography is a lot of the time seen as a more like personal kind of a thing, but at the same time, it's a very collaborative thing where like you're taking pictures of other people. So like, have you ever like struggled with like collaborating with other people? Is that something you struggle with, or do you prefer like working like all alone on your own when you're the model, you're the cameraman, you're everything?
Yeah, okay. So it's funny because I recently changed my bio to one woman show. So I feel like I like doing things by myself. I mean, I feel like I do obviously love to do things with other people, right? Like it's a lot of fun. And it's like also a bonding time with the model, or like if I'm photo shooting my friends or family, it's always fun. But there's something different about doing it all by yourself, because only I'm there. I put on music that like vibes with the photo shoot. I have to get dressed. It's just a time for me to just be with myself, Like I even wrote about this in my Common App essay, like this is my time. and it's just, I do prefer to have things alone. And I do, maybe I'm a little bit of a control freak sometimes, so I feel like I'm the only one who can get my vision. Unless the model, obviously I feel like models, half of their work, photographers have to direct them and have to make them feel comfortable, like it's on them. So if your model isn't doing good, it's generally on the photographer. So but I just like doing it by myself.
That
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like you mentioned Naki, you've been doing this since grade 9, like long before I
Yeah.
knew you. So how was it like, being public in social media at such a young age? How was it like in school? How were the people's reactions to your, like seeing things publicly? What were the advantages of that? What were, some things that you didn't like? So about that.
Yeah. So people's reaction in school was great. I loved it. It was like, it was also, everyone was like, Indus was such a small school, so everyone was just knew each other. And then I also did photo shoots of my friends.
Acha.
So like everyone, it was really fun because then it would be everyone else's friends. And then that's honestly how I got my first base following. Like it was all Indus Academy. That's it.
Yeah.
And when the disadvantages of it, I feel like every younger person who's on like social media and posts publicly, creepy men.
Yeah.
Creepy men messaging you. I just block all of that. I block.
Delete.
Yeah. Report. And advantages, I feel like it like got me a lot of opportunities. Like, like you have to always put yourself out there, and I feel like social media is a great platform to do that, because it's really hard to, like, what else? I feel like now our generation, it's way easier for us to put ourselves out there because we have social media. So because of that, I feel like, again, I did get a lot more opportunities. I felt like also it's really like, it's nice to get like that validation from other people sometimes. Oh, your work is so good, and then it makes you want to do more, and it's fun. I like it.
Especially when those
Yeah.
people are like random people. Like,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
fine when like, one of our friends comments on like a video, or like, one of you guys shares it, but like when we see some random person sharing it, then you're like, oh damn, dude,
Exactly.
did I actually like it? Right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're not just saying it because you're my friend, you genuinely think that.
Genuinely like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming back to it, so feels
Yeah.
And even with like the school thing, like I remember in Indus, like we wouldn't like treat like its page as like the big deal. Like, you notice we were more accustomed to it and all. But then once I came to pages and like random people would come up to you and be like, "Oh yeah, I love your page." Oh yeah, I'd be like, "Damn, bro, people actually know about it."
Random people.
Bro, it's so funny that Lamia knew me before from my page. That's so fun. Yeah,
Oh wow.
Interesting.
that was really fun.
Free page, free friends. That's one thing. Also, I wanted to ask, like, right now you have it, you're doing it as a passion, like as a hobby, but would you want to like do it in the future as a full-time job or something? Like, what's your vision for this page as a future?
So I would never do photography full time. Maybe once I'm rich enough and I retire and stuff and I just want to do it for fun.
Yeah.
But I would never want to do it as my main thing again, because I never want to make this like my main source of income. I don't want it to be like, like this is my work, this is my life. It needs to be something that I do for fun.
Exactly.
And when it's your work, half of the time it's probably not going to end up being fun because you're being forced to do it at one point. And
Yeah.
but eventually I do hope and dream when, like, once I've gotten once I've made enough money, I want to like make my own photography company and have like a bunch of photographers and we all like work together. And then, there's like the lower level photographer, the higher level, and then and I want to like also I want to include more Pakistani photographers, obviously, because I feel like they're very, very underrepresented and some of them are so cool. They're so, so cool.
Some people,
Especially women photographers.
yeah, some people, they do photography and it's actually good, but they never think of starting it, showing it to the public,
Exactly.
like themselves. Like, what's the worst
Yeah,
that can happen?
exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
What would be a piece of advice you'd give like people like who like doing photography but like don't know if they should do it seriously?
Don't ever start it seriously. Just do it. And if you think you're doing it, like, I feel like half of the time, even though you get that validation from other people that your pictures are good and stuff, if you don't like them, you're never going to like them. So like you just have to make sure that you're comfortable enough with your pictures. And the thing is, there's going to be a lot of times where you're not going to like your pictures a lot. And I heard someone else on a podcast actually give this advice, and it really stuck with me. Okay, even if you don't like your pictures that much, just put them out there, because if you really don't like it later on, you can just delete it.
That's
That's
true.
there's
That's fair.
no, you just always have to put yourself out there, because otherwise you're not going to actually understand whether you like this or not. Or yeah.
That's
But then let's say you did a project with someone, right? And
Yeah.
there was like XYZ person in it. And then you upload it on your page. Now 5 weeks later you decide you don't like it and you like delete it. Wouldn't that hurt the person? Yeah, see, that's like my decision. Like, even with like lawyer, I'm like, oh, we bring people on and they're saying this. And if we just edit a part of it out, I feel bad because, like, that person gave their energy into this. It
I
wasn't as if,
understand.
we're supposed to. It's like,
I understand, but it's a business. You gotta do what you gotta do.
that's fair,
Like,
yeah.
I understand that it can be a bit rude, but I mean, at the end of the day, it is your work, right?
That's true.
Like, it's your page.
What got you into like filmmaking?
So my original fascination with movies, okay, so honestly, my fascination is not that much ever with the movies, but it is the visuals and the sounds and everything in the movies. Like, I feel like I focus on those things more than the actual story in a way. So Marvel, Avengers, all of them, they really got me interested in CGI. Okay, which is what I do want to do in the future, by the way. so these things, always thought, oh my god, I really want to do this, like this whole animation stuff. And there's a lot of work that goes into it, and you need to learn it, you need to have the proper softwares, and I don't think I'm there yet. So I feel like the starting point was just making videos. And I remember I used to see a bunch of other people make videos. Like, there's this kid who used to go to Nixer. His name is Danyal, and he's probably like a year older than us. And I used to see his work, his videos, and I was obsessed. He was so good, so good. And I feel like his work also inspired me a lot. And just generally scrolling on TikTok and people seeing things, it's always like, oh my God, I want to make that. And then when I first started making that, I realized that I actually really, really like it. And my favorite thing about making videos is color grading, the post-production stuff.
Also,
Makes sense.
like, what's one of your favorite memories, like favorite photo shoot, either with yourself or like with a friend or model? What's one of your like most favorite ones that you've done?
Okay, so two of my most favorite models to shoot are my sister and my cousin Samya. So the photo shoots with my sister, they're always super quick, but the ones with my cousin Samu, like, even though it's very informal because it's, we're just two cousins doing it, but we make like a whole day out of it. Like, we get her fully ready, we come up with the whole plan, and then we start shooting, and then we sit down, we edit. I always love doing photo shoots with her, also because she really, really gets into her element when she's like modeling and stuff. And
Right.
like, she gets so comfortable, and it's like her alter ego. It's really fun to watch her, and it's always just really fun. And then to hype her up later on and looking at those pictures. But
Right.
one of my favorite photo shoots with probably this one that I did on the stairs. It was like in a staircase, and it was very bluish tinted, and it was very horror movie vibes. But I really, really love that photo shoot, and I really love doing photo shoots with her.
Like honestly, it wasn't a question, but my favorite photo shoot of yours are both your Halloween ones. I think this year and last year, I think you did
Yeah.
a Lamia. I'm not so sure, like the one with bats and all.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
they were so good.
Thank you.
Since we're doing this, my favorite ones don't look bad.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh
a
yeah, that video,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
video, right? Oh.
yeah.
That
I
video
also
is like kind of creepy, and it like reminds me of Iraj for some reason. It just
Yeah.
seems like enough creepy and like enough scary to be Iraj.
I want that to be like. But one of my favorite compliments. Okay, so remember that guy I was talking about, Daniel from Nixer? So on my recent
Yeah.
Halloween photo shoot, this is my goal as a photographer, right? So if somebody sees a photo, okay, and they should just know that it's mine, right? Because I feel like there's a lot of distinct photographers that I really love. If I don't even know that they've taken this picture, if I look at it, I'll know, right? Like they all have very
Yeah.
distinct styles. And he said that, you can tell that it's a you picture. And I was like, maybe I'm getting there. Hopefully, I want to get there further.
It's like that with any art form, like
Yeah.
poetry, painting. You look
For
at
sure.
a picture, and like if you've seen enough Picassos, you can tell which one's Picasso. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Even like clothes. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Even like clothes making, like so many, like like all of the brands of kurtis and everything, like I can't tell, but with khadi, like I'll see a person where I was like, khadi, is that khadi? Like it's very distinct. And same thing
That's
with
so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that is what I want my style to be, like
distinct,
not horror. Yeah, not horror-ish, but that Christopher Nolan aesthetic, like Ali was saying.
Yeah.
His movies are insane. His movies are insane. Did you guys watch Oppenheimer?
Nah, bro.
I did. I don't think she has.
What?
I haven't. I was supposed to. I was supposed to, but I didn't.
Oh my. I went to watch it, and 3 days later I went to watch Barbie, and they both, like, you can't compare them. Oppenheimer, photography and everything was amazing. And even, there was a bomb scene. I'm spoiling it for you, but there was a bomb scene. And dropped the bomb.
No shit.
Where's the sound? It was all like, like there was no sound. They just showed like the bomb, like that. And then end me, I was like, Mama, there's gonna be no sound. And end me, I'm just relaxing. I like lie back in my seat, and then there's such a loud sound in the why we all just get up. It was really, really cool like that.
See, that's one of the arts. It's like, you're constantly anticipating something, and then it's, I don't know, it always gives me chills, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And even though I haven't seen the movie,
No, you go first.
I was saying, since I haven't seen the movie, but like it's so crazy to me that like no CGI was used in that movie, and it was all shot from IMAX. That's really cool.
But since we're talking about Nolan, like with him, I love how like sometimes he'll show a concept through like the lens. So, like, for example, like one of the last scenes in Inception is like like the Leonardo, like he spins like this thing which symbolizes whether or not you're in a dream, right?
Yeah.
And that thing, it spins around once and it's about to tumble off, but it doesn't. And he just closes the camera down and you feel the camera just fall down. And I was
Damn.
like, it's
Yeah.
just subtle things that you do with the camera and you're
Yeah,
just like, damn.
exactly. It's these subtle things that make you distinct,
Yeah.
you know?
Which I was gonna ask, how do you find subtle stuff like this as an artist?
See, that's a very hard question, and that's not something you do deliberately, I feel. You know, these aren't
Sure.
things that you can like plan out from before, like this is what every single shot is going to be. Because you guys know me, I plan everything to the very core. Like I will
Yeah.
plan every single detail out. But the thing is, this is one thing that I can't do for videos, because I feel like then you lose that creative touch. Because when you're in that flow and when you're, when you're actually shooting, that's when all the ideas start flowing in your head. Because and again, I don't think there's something that a person can specifically do to make their distinct things better. There's you go with the flow, you see what ideas come into your head, you try. It's all about trial and error. Maybe you like something, maybe something's really good in your head and you try it and it's just really bad, and it can be vice versa. So
makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, we have 4
I
minutes.
think that's about it.
Yeah, we have 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for
We had
coming
a great
on the
time.
podcast, Iraj.